That's all right. Cameras can stay running. We'll do broadcasts first. The cameras off and Rick will take over. Thanks, Christos.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
You just spoke obviously about getting your identity back and making it look more like the Burnley that we expect to see. Is that your top priority now, to cultivate that and make sure that we see that more?
Yeah, only from the weekend, only from the game at Fulham. We've not been far away from our performance levels in general. Very good first game of the season in the Premier League. Very good 60-odd minutes against Watford. But not a good showing at Fulham. So really, I'm only really concentrating on that game and to remind our team and how we play and how we go about it. And I thought that was on show against Olympiacos. We want that to continue, of course. It does bring that clarity now, being out of the Europa League, to continue in the Premier League. And along that, of course, getting players fit again as well and getting a more depth to our squad.
It would be unfair to say it's been a distraction, but has it stretched you further, do you think, than you might have expected?
I think it has, but more because, I said recently, you can only plan, in theory, and in theory, if we got the signings in that we wanted, we'd have had the players fit that we were thought had a very strong chance of being fit. It's not their fault, of course, just niggles and things that carried on, mainly Robbie and Stephen. Then we probably could have been competitive in both. Well, I think we've been competitive, actually, even more competitive in both competitions. That being said, it stretched us more from that side of things, from internal things, not from the noise outside that's saying, it's really difficult, which it is difficult. You play a lot of football, a lot of travelling, particularly, when you think, we landed 5 in the morning from Turkey, then had to go down to Southampton, of course. Then you land from Greece, and then you have to go down to Fulham. That's just difficult. As simple as that. On the other hand, we've gained a lot of experience. The players have gained a lot of experience. So we learn a lot from it.
Do you think we're only going to see the real Burnley, if you like, in some ways, after the international break, when we've got players back from injury, some players maybe have a little bit of a rest? Everything starts all over again.
Well, no, I believe in all the players. I just think it's helpful if you've got more depth to your squad. It allows them a chance to breathe a little bit because they know the depth that we've got when we're all fully fit. It allows us to make more informed choices when we need to. But I really like the performance against Olympiacos. I really like the way the players are going about it. The margins are so fine. I did mention it a lot last season, by the way, when we were winning games. I said the margins are really tight. So we've got to get on the right side of that. So there's not anything like massively wrong with what we're doing. I just think that the Olympiacos game particularly was another show of what we really are, because I thought it was a dominant performance, a very good performance. Not so easy to dominate every game in the Premier League, by the way. But as I suggested, very good at Southampton, very good first half against Watford, but not good in the second half and not good against Fulham. So we corrected it against Olympiacos. We've got to go again against Manchester United, of course, no easy task. And then keep building from there on in as players get fit and more available.
Said that. Have you been surprised by the way Manchester United have started their season?
I think the surprise is the results side of things. I don't think all their performances. I thought they were excellent for the first 30 minutes, if not half, against Tottenham the other day. Brighton, they've come out and said they were disappointed. Doesn't need me to say that. But at the end of the day, you sometimes got to remind yourself, and it's very quickly to remind yourself, and you look at the team sheet, and you look at the players they've got, and you look at the manager they've got, and they're a top-class side, it's simple as that, and a massive football club, and always a massive challenge to get a result or beat them.
His demeanour seems a little bit downbeat. He seems to be a man under siege to some degree. What do you make of the way he's conducting himself?
I'm certainly not going to question his conduct because he knows what he's doing. I'm pretty sure of that. Whatever everyone else thinks, he's so rounded in the press, the media, different clubs, different challenges, winning, not winning, going well, not going so well. I think he'll have the abilities to see through all that and get his team ready. So that's what we focus on. Will they come ready to perform? I think they will. So therefore, we've got to be at our best. We've got to perform. You might need a rub of the green. You might need big key players to play well, etc., etc.
I know you spoke highly of Jose a couple of days ago. Do you have any sort of welcome? Do football managers have drinks after matches?
No. That's something that doesn't go on so much anymore. My respect for people like Jose is because I'm a young manager. I'm learning the game, and these people have done enormous amounts in the game for the game. People forget that. You get in this job, you get questioned for what's happening now. People soon forget your history and what you've done. He's done massive things for the game, for him, for the clubs, and for himself, and for the game. I have respect for all them people, and by the way, I have respect for all managers. It's such a tough job. Whether you're managing the Premier League, whether you're managing League 2, whether you're managing non-league, it's a very, very tough job. But I think you've got to have a bit more respect for when they've done the things that they've done in the game.
With all that though, is there less of a fear factor maybe about Manchester United?
I don't think you can say that. I think, we want to go about our business the right way, of course, see what we can get about them, but I think it'd be highly unlikely if they're not up and amongst the top end of the market during this season.
And in terms of the amount of chances that you had tonight going into the weekend, was it just, were they grabbing because they were that desperate to do it? Were they a bit unlucky tonight?
No. I think the clinical side of the game in both boxes is the important side. We're not far away. You saw that with the performance there. You saw it against Southampton. First half against Watford. Not far away, but the margins are tight. We've got to take our chances, creating a lot. Probably created, I think our stats are more than last season at this early part of the season with the game. Obviously we've had more games, but if you took it down to the Premier League games only, we've created more chances, higher quality of chances. But that's the key thing, you've got to keep creating them. Don't lose the faith, keep creating your chances. We've got to lock the back door, of course. We haven't done that as well, but we've got to keep creating chances because eventually they do go in.
And you touched upon it, but presumably those fine margins that you're referring to Man United as well could come back the other way this weekend.
Well, it's a tougher challenge, I would say. But the Premier League's so unpredictable because, we played a Fulham side who played very, very well. We've played other sides in the past. People have played us and maybe thought, sort of half thinking, they won't be this good or that good, and then we've won games, So I think you have to prepare properly for all games, and we certainly do. And it's never more challenging against the big clubs because, as I've already suggested, whatever people think of them, whatever the noise outside, you play them on a football pitch, and sometimes you literally see how good they are. So our job is to focus on what we do, to deliver a very good performance, because you have to deliver very good performances to get anything from the big boys.
Just finally, if I may, I know you've not made any changes to the starting lineup in the Premier League so far. Can that continue? How's it looking team-wise?
Well, we'll wait and see. Just off the back of a game, but so far the news is good about injuries. I think people have done themselves some good. I know that people who have been on the edge of it, I think they've done themselves some good as regards changing that Premier League team. So I'll consider that. Yeah, definitely. And generally, I think the good side of the Europa League, you get everyone playing a lot of football, so everyone's kind of got that little edge to them. And I thought that was definitely on show tonight. So as people laid down a few markers, I think. Why not? I'm brave enough to play him tonight, so I'm certainly brave enough to play him in any game that we need to play him in.
Yeah, broadcast is finished. Cameras off, please.